After what has felt like an eternity of waiting, the first section of the highly anticipated guard-gated community in Orchard Hills in Irvine called The Summit is open for sale. And the first builder to open their doors is going to be Shea with their community called Crestview. Today's video, I will walk through their 4 different floor plans for you, and then at the end of the video, talk about pricing, taxes, Mello-Roos, HOAs, and compare the pricing of Crestview versus the 2 older sections of Orchard Hills. So let's get right into it and start with the Plan 1.
Plan 1 is 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bath, and comes in at 2,826 square feet. Open the front door and we are greeted by this beautiful formal entry, and we will start with this lovely downstairs bedroom, and it comes with its very own ensuite bath as well as a closet there to the left. Making our way to the kitchen, oversized island, country sink, stainless steel appliances and hood, all of that comes included here at Crestview. Then across from that will be your formal dining area. And then the main center of this home is definitely the living room. I love how at Crestview, the whole house has these 10-foot ceilings, making it feel so large. And then across from that is the California room, which actually can be converted to interior space if you wanted as a conservatory. You just need to have the lot size to do so. And then it's hard not to like the landscaping done here by Shea. Moving upstairs, and you are greeted by this beautiful upstairs loft. This can actually be converted into a 5th bedroom as well. And then it's hard not to fall in love with this primary bedroom. That's a king size bed in the middle, and it almost looks dwarfed with how large this room is. And these view lot homes have amazing privacy and views over Irvine. Across from it is the ensuite bath, dual vanities, separate soaking tub, walk-in rain shower, and then they didn't professionally finish the closet on this, so you can see it as its base look. Making our way out of the primary, we will pass the loft and make our way into these additional upstairs bedrooms. The first one on the left, my favorite feature, is that little reading nook below the 2 windows. And then every bedroom here gets its own ensuite bath, pretty much mirrored bedroom, and then once again, beautiful ensuite bath. Last but not least, beautiful laundry. The Plan 2 is 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bath, and comes in a little larger at 2,968 square feet. Once again, beautiful entry, and we will start with this downstairs bedroom. Similar size to the Plan 1, it also has its ensuite bath. However, the Plan 2 does get its very own little walk-in closet. Making our way to the kitchen area, oversized island, those same stainless steel appliances, and a very similar layout to the Plan 1, slightly smaller dining area on the Plan 2. And then this kind of really shows you how amazing an open concept these modern floor plans are. So well connected, but still with some little defined spacing. Across from the living room will be the California room. Once again, could also be closed in if wanted. And then the backyard here shown with a beautiful entertaining and barbecue area. There's one last little hidden gem here on the Plan 2. Behind the fireplace, you get the downstairs powder, which leads into this really cool study area or downstairs office. Making our way upstairs, once again, an amazing loft, which can be turned into 5th bed and bathroom if wanted. And then into the primary bedroom. With how they stage these homes, it's hard not to fall in love with these oversized primaries. Once again, these little built-ins they do, which are an option through Builder if you wanted to do yourself. And then across from it, you will get the ensuite bathroom. First step on this one will be the primary closet, which is slightly larger than the Plan 1 and built out. And then soaking tub with windows above it, side-by-side dual vanities, and then oversized walk-in rain shower and private toilet room. Making our way out, we will first take a sneak peek at that little laundry room, sink, and then the additional 2 bedrooms. This first one here on the left is shown with a full bed, so maybe slightly smaller. Once again, ensuite bath, and then I do like the decor here for the boys' room, slightly larger than the last bedroom as well, and then but smaller ensuite bath.
All right, next up is the Plan 3, which is also 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bath, and comes in at 3,084 square feet. Open the front door, greeted by, once again, that beautiful formal hallway entry to the house. Downstairs bedroom, very similar size to the Plan 1 and 2. It, of course, has its own ensuite bath and closet there on the right. Making our way down this hallway, and you really feel the jump in square footage here on the Plan 3. And the one area I feel it most is going to be that formal dining there on the left,
Previous models kind of just only able to fit a smaller circular table. This one you have enough space for an 8-seat dining room. And then the kitchen here is shown with as much storage as possible, as it does not have a walk-in pantry, but still plenty of space. Across from it is the California room. Of course, you can close that into the conservatory if you need the interior living. And the backyard here, they added a little putting green for my golfers. Heading upstairs, and I do really love the layout here of the loft. I like that it is a little bit deeper and narrow. It makes it a little bit more of a private space. Heading into the primary bedroom, and you're probably thinking, wow, this feels a little bit smaller than the plan 1 and 2, but that is because on the plan 3, they added this optional structural upgrade here on the left to give you a little private workout or office space. If you don't choose that, it will be the standard size. Into the primary bath, dual vanities, large soaking tub, walk-in rain shower, and once again, they split the primary closet into 2 sections. His and hers, hers and hers, however you want to lay it out. Second section is definitely a little bit larger. And then making our way out of the primary, we'll take a sneak peek at that loft again. And on the plan 3, you can convert this into the 5th bedroom and bath through builder if you would like. And heading into the first of 2 additional upstairs bedrooms. This first one's slightly larger with that reading nook on the left. And I do love the bathroom detail here of matching the floor tile up into the tub surrounding as well. Last bedroom gets a ton of natural light with that balcony. Still plenty enough space, and then has its ensuite bath, of course, shower over tub. And you guessed it, gotta check out that laundry room before we head out. Last but certainly not least is the plan 4, which is also 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bath, but jumps all the way up to 3,259 square feet. And I'll say it now, this is my personal favorite floor plan out of the bunch. Of course, it has that all-important downstairs bedroom with a very similar layout to the previous floor plans of a little closet and hallway before you get to its ensuite bath. This one's shown with a walk-in shower. Heading down the hallway, the biggest change is this absolutely gorgeous office space. It comes as a flex space, but I think designing it as a home office has so much value to the home. And then once again, like the plan 3, you really feel that jump in square footage here in the living room. Enough space for that 8-person dining table, and each space feels spacious while still being connected. I do love that Shea is offering you to close in those range hoods. I think that is such a beautiful upgrade. And then across from that will be your California room. On the plan 4, I think there is enough living space downstairs where you don't need to close that into a conservatory. And here's a sneak peek of where these view lot homes lay on Portola Parkway. They are a little bit close, so you will definitely have some road noise. Moving upstairs, the loft is greeting you right when you get to the top of the stairs, and of course that can be the 5th bedroom if needed. And then heading our way into the primary, once again we go back to these oversized primary bedrooms here on the plan 4. King size bed looks small, and I love this little seating area here, and will really showcase how nice the views are here from the 2nd floor. You can see all the way out to the mountains behind Turtle Ridge and even the buildings of Fashion Island. Making our way into the primary bath, soaking tub, walk-in shower, dual vanities. Both of the vanities here in the plan 4 have so much counter space, tons of storage underneath as well. And then the plan 4 just has one slightly larger walk-in closet. Making our way out of the primary, we will actually take a look at the laundry room first, washer and dryer, sink, and then into the 2 additional bedrooms. What's nice about this bedroom is that it actually gets its very own small walk-in closet. You do decrease the ensuite bath size by a little bit. Same thing here in this bedroom, little walk-in closet and a slightly smaller ensuite bath, but who's complaining?
All right, before we can dive into prices, we first need to talk about a couple of key factors that really influence Crestview's overall value. And the first of those is not very interesting, and that is property taxes. The base property tax rate for this community is estimated to come in at 1.06%, which is just slightly higher than the older communities in Orchard Hills, which currently sit at a tax rate of 1.057%. As for Melrose, that is estimated to be $4,800 per year. So once again, just slightly higher than the older communities, but still relatively affordable and in line with other new construction communities throughout Orange County. So when you take base rate and Melrose, this is what your estimated yearly property tax bills are going to look like at Crestview. Next up is probably the most talked about topic surrounding this whole Summit community, and that is the monthly HOA fee, which is starting at $975 a month. However, there are projections for this cost to lower to around $780 a month at complete build out, but as you know, this stuff is always subject to change. These higher HOAs do come with some beautiful amenities, which include a clubhouse, junior Olympic pool and spa, wading pool, play structure, barbecue areas, a future basketball court, and my personal favorite, the walking trail that loops around the reservoir. However, this is a steep increase from previous Orchard Hills communities, which are currently charging right around $350 a month for mainly very similar amenities. This increased HOA will add $7,200 a year to your housing bill when comparing the Summit to the older Groves and Reserve section of Orchard Hills, which has left many buyers questioning, is this added cost worth it to be in this new development? The third factor is definitely a plus, and that is the schooling district. All of the homes at the Summit will be zoned for the award-winning Irvine Unified School District, and students will attend Canyon View Elementary, Sierra Vista Middle School, and Northwood High, all of which are National Blue Ribbon Award-winning schools. Last, but certainly not least, is location. Crestview is located in the northernmost part of Irvine, and in terms of convenience, it's hard to beat. There's a shopping center at the base of the community, freeway access is just minutes away, you're 20 minutes away from John Wayne Airport and can be at the beach within 30. What makes the Summit stand out from the previous areas of Orchard Hills are the views. Most homes will overlook Irvine and even on a clear day be able to look out to Catalina Island and the Pacific Ocean. With those key value factors out of the way, we can now dive into pricing. The Plan 1 starts at $2,855,000, Plan 2 at $2,860,000, Plan 3 at $2,980,000, and the Plan 4 at $3,030,000. However, these prices do not include lot premiums, structural upgrades, as well as future design center options. So to get a clear picture of actual price, let's take a look at the pricing for phases 1 and 2. In phase 1, the 2 view lot homes are priced at $3,668,000 for the Plan 3 and $3,560,000 for the Plan 2. These higher prices reflect about $200,000 in pre-plotted interior upgrades and lot premiums close to $500,000. With all that added in, the average price per square foot for both of these homes comes out to just under $1,200 a square foot. In phase 2, 3 interior lots are available. Plan 2 is listed at $2,892,000, Plan 3 at $3,012,000, and the Plan 4 at $3,062,000. However, these do not include interior or structural upgrades, so let's add about $200K to each for consistency. That brings the price per square foot to about $1,041 for the Plan 2 and 3 and just over $1,000 for the Plan 4. So how does Crestview stack up in pricing compared to resale homes in the older sections of Orchard Hills? The short answer, it's very competitive. For similar size non-view homes sold in the last 180 days in both the Groves and the Reserves, the average price per square foot came in at $1,097. That is compared to the average price per square foot in phase 2 of Crestview of just $1,027 a square foot. And it's a very similar story at the view lot homes. Over the past 180 days, we have seen 4 similarly sized view lot homes sell in the older sections of Orchard Hills, and they closed at an average price per square foot of $1,267. When looking at the 2 view lot homes for sale at Crestview, their average price per square foot comes in at $1,194 a square foot. So even with the current view lot homes, Shea is pricing them under recent market comps. With all that said, keep in mind that Shea does not include landscaping in their home pricing, and that can range anywhere from $25,000 to over $500,000 depending on the scope of the work. But even with that landscaping prices included, Crestview's pricing continues to be extremely competitive and sometimes even cheaper than the resale homes in Orchard Hills. In my opinion, I think Shea has done an amazing job with how they price this Crestview development. And it seems like buyers are thinking the same thing. At the time of this video, Shea has already released 3 phases, and all 3 of them immediately sold out to their priority list at release. And this is something that 2 of the other builders at the summit cannot say. If this is your first time hearing about Crestview and you're interested in buying, that means 2 things. The first, you haven't seen my previous videos announcing this community and how to get early access to their priority list. And the second, well, you're not subscribed to my channel. So if you took a couple seconds to click the subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it, and I'm sure I will bring some value moving forward. However, all is not lost, as there are many more homes to be built in Shea and still time to get on their priority list. However, with these higher levels of demand, that means we will likely continue to see Shea increase prices as we move through the community. For the clients I've been working with since that very first announcement video, well, they are now sitting at some of the earliest spots on Shea's priority list, and we look forward to purchasing the most premier lots in these early phases of development, which will likely lead to them seeing their home values increase at a pretty rapid pace. If this is something you're interested in terms of new construction throughout all of Orange County or Irvine specifically, please feel free to reach out, as I promise you will not find anybody who is more involved in new construction updates than myself. If I don't hear from you, well, then I look forward to getting to bring you the next community breakdown. Cheers.